I'm Paul Ingram. 3 years ago, I bought this little ranch home on this beautiful 22 acres of forest, pasture, and ponds tucked away in the beautiful Shawnee forest country to live with nature and create the simple life I dreamt of when I was younger. Though I was born and raised in a busy urban area just outside Chicago, I spent much of my childhood roaming in forests, swimming in ponds and lakes, and playing in creeks. My father being from the wild, wonderful mountains of West Virginia, and my grandfather from my mother's side owning a tree farm in central Wisconsin, provided opportunity to create deep roots with nature as a young child. The city always felt like a cage for me. Though I went to school and had friends, I never felt like I belonged there. In the wide open rural lands, I felt free. As a teenager, I dreamt of leaving the city for good and one day having my own little paradise of forests and ponds where I would garden and grow my own food. In my mid-20s, I met my partner Christy, and years later, our son Aries was born. I now have my beautiful family of 4 with Christy and our 2 sons, Bear and Aries. Martial arts has been a lifelong passion of mine since I was a young child. In my early 20s, I began teaching and eventually started my own martial arts business. While living and renting our home in Chicago, Christy and I were faced with moving again. And our options were to stay in the city or to take this opportunity to create a life elsewhere. And we decided to go for it. Through years of hardship and 100-hour work weeks, we talked about how we did not want to raise our kids in the hustle, bustle, and crime of the city. We talked about a simpler way of living where we spend more time together in nature, grow our own food to feed our family the best as possible, and give our kids a childhood where they could feel as free as I did on my grandfather's farm. Quickly, we found this little piece of paradise tucked away in the Shawnee forest country, surrounded by beautiful forests, bluffs, and lakes where we would begin to carve out our simple life in the forest. I used to visit my grandmother all the time when she used to live here and built a kind of connection to this place. I immediately began working on the garden, built a greenhouse, and started growing our own produce. I love exploring the Shawnee forest and spending as much time out in nature as I can, whether on the bluffs or in my own backyard. For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm living my life, a dream from my childhood I once thought would be impossible. I broke away from the cage of the city and now fly free. This channel is a place where I want to share my story, adventures, projects, and to journal my life, my experiences. And I want to share the beauty of this amazing forest and the good and hard moments of this simple lifestyle, as I believe nature, along with one's creativity, has the power to heal the soul. It's my hope for you watching my videos to feel something, to be inspired to create, to get out more in nature, or at least to bring some joy to your day through my work. I hope you will find my videos interesting and enjoyable, and maybe even connect with my story on some level. If you choose to subscribe and join me on this adventure, please say hi and introduce yourself in the comments. It would be wonderful to get to know each other better through this adventure, and please share my video with your friends and anyone who would enjoy sharing this adventure with us. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Paul Ingram, and welcome to my little simple life in Shawnee Forest Country.